Hey, underrated AOR albums. I used to hate AOR as a kid. Probably about 20 years ago, I think I just I went soft and fucking... So then I just went on this, I'm buying all these AOR things that I missed out on when I was a kid because I was too metal or punk or whatever the fuck. Fuck labels, man. Anyway, the Automatix. I actually bought this album because of the cover, because fucking how good does that look? Fucking love old cars like that. Why don't they make cars like this anymore? Look at this, there's actually keys in it. What a novel idea. Now they've got all these push button things and everyone's getting their car stolen by thieves with these weird fucking techno gadgets that they can buy just on Amazon. What the fuck? Nice one. I mean, obviously, you slam your head into the steering wheel when you have a crash and you're probably going to have brain damage. But anyway, it looks good. This band was formed by Bruce Nazarian, who was actually a member of the Brownsville Station. People of my generation might know Brownsville Station from the Motley Crue cover of Smoking in the Boys' Room. I loved Smoking in the Boys' Room when I was a kid. The drums, fucking awesome. Tommy Lee, God, I loved him. And I loved their version. And I always assumed that the Brownsville Station version would be just like this poxy fucking early 70s insipid sound, weak sounding crap. Checked it out on YouTube like a few weeks ago and what the fuck? Man, I just missed out. Every time I saw a Brownsville Station album when I was younger, I just passed it by because I thought, that'll sound shit, won't be heavy enough or whatever. And I really regret not buying those albums now because, I'm sure they're very expensive now. And, I know, regrets. I've got a few, but then again, too few to mention. No. I got a lot of regrets and I let them eat away at me all the time and have sleepless nights on, oh fuck, I didn't buy that Brownsville Station fucking record. What was I thinking? I wish we could go back to the 90s where I could get it for fucking $1 or some shit. But yeah, so now I'm on the lookout for some Brownsville Station records. Bruce Nazarian was a later addition. He didn't play on Smoking in the Boys' Room at that period. I think he just played on their last two albums. The last one was in 1978. I had a listen to that. Man, that sounds awesome on YouTube. And yeah, I'll be getting my hands on some of that stuff if the finances permit. Anyway, back to the Automatix. So, Bruce started this band. I remember reading in an interview that he built his own studio. He was a bit of a tech head, loved new gadgets and whatever. So he built his own studio, recorded this album without much label input, they kept their noses out of it. So what you get here is kind of cross between Franke and the Knockouts and maybe Toto or something like that. There's a little bit of keyboard and stuff like that, but I'd say this is more like a guitar orientated album. When the Feeling Is Gone, that's got a real Franke and the Knockouts sound, sort of like their song Sweetheart. It's got that kind of slower shuffle beat, which I can see why they started the album with that, because it's got more of a pop vibe and the chorus is really great. But then it really starts rocking out after that. Night Side is awesome. Just Keep Turning Me On, it's just a nice atmospheric number, some cleaner guitars on that one. Expose, more rockin' stuff. Side 1 ends with Keep Away From That Girl, really crunchy guitar riff. Side 2, Night Rider, more rockin' stuff. What a Man Should Know, it's kind of got more of that 80s sitcom theme thing going on, like I mentioned in my Rocky Burnett video. And actually the last two songs also have that kind of vibe, which I love themes, so I'm happy with that. The rest of the band, as far as I can tell, they're all pretty much just session musicians that all knew each other, and actually Bruce Nazarian was a session musician as well. They all played around in the funk and soul kind of scene, which I guess strange. Bruce then went into Brownsville Station, then they did this, which doesn't really have any of those aforementioned funk or soul elements to it. Yeah, after this, interestingly enough, Bruce, he got more involved with DVD authoring and things like that. He was the go-to guy in those early days for getting DVD menus and all that programmed and whatever. And then he set up a website. He became known as I think he was the digital guy or something like that, where he helped people out with audio-visual media type things rather than just music itself. So he just seemed like your classic nerd who just loved computers and technology and stuff like that, and he made a decent living out of doing that stuff. But the Automatix, Night Rider, great album if you can track it down, and I'll be trying to track down his stuff with Brownsville Station, probably at exorbitant prices because the fucking world. Yeah.